Hello everyone and welcome back to Café Stella, Natsume's route. Before we get into it, a little bit of good news and a little bit of bad news. The bad news is Siren Prince won't be joining us this week. He had some unforeseen circumstances come up, and so it's just going to be me. The good news is we got a present from Natsume. It was a scarf. It was nice, I assume. We'll probably see it this episode. And now, on to the festival for New Year's. A couple of days later, we had Suzune-san and the others taste test the meat buns as well. To no surprise, they were extremely well received. As for the equipment we'd need to re-steam the buns, I asked Rokuro-san to introduce me to a supplier we could rent from. Finally, New Year's Eve is upon us. All the preparations for the stall have been completed. Later tonight, the Shrine Maidens of Akaiwa Shrine will be performing a traditional dance dedicated to the Shinto gods. As a result, there are already quite a decent number of shrine goers and a few other stalls that have already opened up for business as well. But since we're first-timers at this festival, we decided not to bite off more than we could chew and focus our efforts on the evening crowds instead. Alright, guess we better get going. Everything's fine. It seems like they've hired a bit of extra security as well, so we should be able to stay open all night. Wow. It's gonna be a late night for us then. Thanks. I'll do that if our hands get too full. Me too. Yeah, me too. Probably getting into the qipao and blushing furiously. She's getting ready at the moment. The door to the break room creaks open not a second after the words leave my mouth. There she is, looking adorable. Nice. And out comes Shiki-san wearing her qipao. Her eyes dart to and fro with embarrassment. Well, it's not ironic, but it's interesting. No one's gonna care. Japan's open to any and all cultures. Besides, you look great. Really cute. You've got nothing to worry about. Well, geez, you could be at least a little bit more grateful. Well, I bet she'll take the compliment from him. Shiki-san squirms with embarrassment. But only for a moment. After heaving a large sigh, her eyes stop darting around and she begins to regain some of her usual composure. For now. Sold. Dressed in her qipao, she calls out to passersby in a loud voice. Like she'd said earlier at the cafe, it seems like she's already gotten over her embarrassment. Without a hint of embarrassment, or rather somewhat desperately, she raises her voice even louder. Her words and her outfit, combined with her natural beauty, slowly begin to draw the interest of nearby shrinegoers. Although many people were more interested in visiting the actual shrine than the street stalls, they still threw a few interested glances our way as they walked by. Quite a few of them, in fact. I get the feeling they'll be stopping by on their way back. Yeah, you are. Oh, okay, well, I guess he's not like me.
これ
Oh, this is so delicious. It's almost worth the fully going buns.
なあなあ、一口くれ。
自分で買えよ。俺お前と間接キスとかしたくないしな。
まあいいけどな。あの子かなり可愛いしな。買ってくるからちょっと待っててくれ。
Good, good. Our marketing tactics are working.
すみません、肉まんください。
はい、ありがとうございます。100円になります。暑いのでお気をつけください。
ありがとう。でさ、バイトいつ終わるの？終わったら俺に連絡くれない？
And then he died. Hearing those words, my hands suddenly come to a halt.
申し訳ありません。メニューは肉まんのみとなっております。
The solitary sniper strikes again.
次のお客様、どうぞ。
Oh. Brutal.
何？
Nothing. She'd already shut down the guy's advances before I could even interject. Yeah, she's kind of an expert at that at this point. I recall her mentioning how annoyed she gets with pushy guys, and judging by his tone, this was far from his first time trying to pick up girls. Oh, thank you for waiting. That'll be 100 yen. It's very hot, so please be careful. I'm sure there were some cameos in there, but I'm not the cameo guy, sorry. Nothing like a steaming hot meat bun on a cold winter night. In no time at all, we were attracting a surprising amount of customers with very little effort. The cheap 100 yen price tag must be drawing a lot of interest. I mean, it would get my interest. Of course, our beautiful qipao wearing sales girl, too. That air of authenticity turned out to be even more effective than I imagined it to be.
肉まんはいかがでしょうか。一つ100円です。
あ、肉まんだって。こういう屋台では珍しいよね。湯気でほっかほか。買ってみようか。でも美味しいのかな。この先にコンビニもあったよね。
Rude.
コンビニはいつでもどこでも食べられるじゃん。
Also, they're 100 yen. I mean, even if they're not that great, which they're going to be delicious, is it really that big of a loss? I mean, set your expectations.
それにほら、チャイナ服の子が売ってる。あの子が作った本場の肉まんよ。
That works too.
あ、本当だ。うわ、かわいい。なんかずるい。あんなにかわいいとか。
Alright.
私買ってみる。100円だし、サイズもそんなに大きくなさそうだしさ。待ってよ、私も買うから。すみません、肉まん2つください。
ありがとうございます。2つで200円になります。暑いのでお気をつけください。
ありがとうございます。やっぱりあれ、ただのコスプレじゃないかな。めっちゃ日本語達者っぽいしさ。いただきまーす。はーん。あと。おいしいやつだこれ。
Does nobody blow on it first?
そうなん？本場かどうかはわかんないけど、すっごくおいしい。コンビニとは違う感じ。
If they're genuinely delicious, who cares?
ぎゅーって中に閉じ込められた美味しさがかぶりついた瞬間に口の中に広がるみたい。
Hey, could you leave us a review that says that?
くどくないけど決して薄味ってわけじゃない。旨味が詰まった肉あんとそれを包む生地の甘さのバランスがまた素晴らしい。何？なんで突然美食家気取り？
It seems like we attract those types.
それくらい美味しいってこと。あんたいつも大げさなのよ。物事はもっと冷静に伝えないと誤解を生むんだからね。だいたい肉まんなんてうまい。
She just busts out singing God That's Good from Sweeney Todd.
即落ち2個までよく私のことを言えるよね。確かにこれ美味しい。
Case in point, quite a few customers seemed to think that we were selling authentic Chinese buns given that they were being sold by a girl in a qipao. But while we might not be able to compare to the real thing, at the very least, I can't hear anyone complaining about the taste. You know, I didn't expect our buns to be so popular with women.
女子の方が体が冷えたりするから、それにソースで汚れる心配もないしね。
I guess it's a good thing we made them smaller than the convenience store ones. Easier for girls to eat. Then there's your qipao too. I told you it was a good idea to wear one.
認めざるを得ないか。こんな風にお客さんが来てくれるんだから。
Oh, she didn't say anything about a cosplay fetish. We're making progress. Then again, it was kind of a fortunate coincidence for me too. I was confident that Shiki-san would draw a lot of attention in her qipao, but I didn't expect people to assume we were selling authentic Chinese food. But at any rate, I'm glad it's helping us attract more business. If it had no effect whatsoever, she might have gotten pretty mad at me. Nevertheless, it all worked out in the end because of how cute she is. I sneak another peek at her. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Damn. Ubisoft games in their scanning scenes, I swear. Not just cute, but also fairly sexy too.
何？
Nothing. I could feel my body growing hot as she catches me staring. Feeling my cheeks start to redden, I quickly avert my gaze. You could just stuff a meat bun in there, then you have an excuse. Looks like it's almost midnight. A little ways away, a small crowd of people is beginning to form.
10、9、8。
Blast off! Wait, that's not right. It seems to be a bunch of college students who had come here to ring in the new year. The sort of thing college students would do when they get together to celebrate. Or so I've heard, at least, since I'm usually not a participant in these sort of gatherings. Swept up in the moment, several more people begin to join in on the countdown.
3、2、1、0！ 明けましておめでとう！
Happy New Year! As the clock strikes midnight, shouts of joy erupt all around us. Here and there, the sound of cheers and applause echo loudly through the air. Happy New Year!
明けましておめでとうございます。
Here's to another great year.
よろしく。
What's the matter?
ちょっとね、ここ数ヶ月のことを思い出してた。カフェであったこととか、みんなとのこととか、半年前の自分に言っても信じないだろうなって。
Yeah, me neither. I never would have believed I'd get the chance to ring in the new year with the Shiki Natsume. And I doubt I'll ever forget this night for the rest of my life. But come to think of it, aren't you supposed to reflect on the past year before the new year?
仕方ないでしょ。忙しかったんだから。
Well, get ready, cause it's probably going to get even busier now with all the old visitors leaving and the new visitors coming in. We should stock up on more buns while we can. Might as well use this food warmer we rented.
それがいいかも。こんな人の流れの途中で列は作れないだろうから。
We'll just form a mob. It'll be like the pretty patties. Let's try not to let any food go to waste tonight, so make sure to attract all the customers you can.
はいはい、やりますよ。
Girl, you don't even need to try.
Café Stella と死神の蝶。
Thank you very much. It's very hot, so please be careful.
どうも。
Bun in hand, the customer walks away from the stall. Watching him leave, I let out a long sigh. Several hours have passed since midnight. There were people who came to ring in the new year. People who came to worship at the shrine. People who stayed up late celebrating, but popped in for a quick prayer before going to bed. But the visitors were starting to dwindle, and things were finally beginning to settle back down. Oh man, we sold a lot more than I had expected.
そうね。ここまで売れるとは思ってなかった。
All thanks to your hard work, Shiki-san. Also, the dress helped.
あー、喉痛い。
Thanks for hanging in there.
そっちもね。肉まんの残りはどれくらい？
2 in the food warmer, and 5 left in the freezer. Should we heat up the rest?
その必要はなさそうかも。今は落ち着いてるから。
新年明けましておめでとうございます。
Hey, Kana.
秋月さん、明けましておめでとう。
Happy New Year.
おめでとう。売れ行きの方はどうだ？
It's been good. Booming, but not at this hour, obviously.
まあそうか。時間も時間だしな。
Once the sun comes up, though, I'm sure it'll get much busier.
では今のうちに交代しておきましょうか。
Oh, yes, please.
忙しくなってから交代してはいろいろと面倒だ。
I guess that's true. Well, alright then. Just so you know, the buns in the food warmer were steamed less than an hour ago.
わかった。
夏目さんも休んでください。
そうね。お言葉に甘えさせてもらおうかな。
But how are we going to sell those 7 buns if we don't have the authentic-looking woman doing the advertising? Thanks for relieving us.
はい、任せてください。
ご苦労だったな。後のことは任せてゆっくり休め。
お昼前には鈴音さんも応援に来てくれるそうですから。
Leaving them to it, Shiki-san and I step outside the stall. Feels like I've been hanging on by a thread. But now I'm ready to drop.
本当によかった。ちゃんと売れて美味しいって言ってもらえて。
People compliment our food all the time at the cafe, don't they?
それは大抵鈴音さんの味だから。
Yeah, I know. I had that realization in a previous episode.
こうして頑張ったのを認めてもらえるのは思ってたより嬉しい。鈴音さんがこだわる理由もちょっと理解できた。
What? That's the same boat I was in.
理解はできたけど真似はできないかな。疲れた。
She's scrappy. Same. Having unwavering confidence in yourself is extremely hard to manage. But that's just one of the many things that makes Suzune-san so amazing. See, she's just concentrated, so it's really easy for her to have that kind of confidence. Except when it comes to her love life. Well, anyway, have a good night.
こらこら、どこに行く？
To bed? Home?
一人にしないでよ。在な服を着てる変な女だと思われるでしょ。お願いだから店まで付き合って。
Okay. Alright. But only if you ask me a little more sweetly.
もっと一緒にいてくれないとやだ。
I will never leave you.
何？
Oh, I didn't think you'd actually do it. I gotta say, though, it just feels weird hearing you say that.
やらせといて。殴っていい？
Maybe. Yes, please. It'd be an honor.
うわ。
We unlocked a new fetish. Yay. Don't give me that look. I'm kidding. I'll walk you back. Don't worry.
でもその前にお参りに行こっか。
You sure you want to go in that?
不本言いながら服を着替えてからもう一回来るのはちょっと面倒かなって。
Nonsense. Just do a quick change.
今なら人も少なそうだし。
Well, if you say so, I'll come with you. All right.
ねえ高峰くん、
Yes? As I'm about to leave, Shiki-san, who had finished changing out of her qipao, calls out to me one more time.
ついでに初日の出も見に行かない？
The sunrise? Oh, I guess it is about that time. Sure, why not? Since we're already out, I suppose we might as well. Nice. While it isn't pitch black outside, the sky is still rather dim. Wow, we look really stoic. Like, we almost look like we'd rather be anywhere else, which is weird. This must be what they call the break of dawn. The two of us stand together atop the emergency stairwell of the nearby apartment building, gazing east. As it begins to brighten, the sky's purplish hues, unlike the deep blue of day, take on a soft, somewhat unique glow. Or perhaps the reason it feels so special is because of Shiki-san standing next to me. Even in profile, she looks beautiful. But in order to keep my thoughts from showing, I pull my scarf up around my neck.
使ってくれてるんだ、そのマフラー。
Oh, okay, so that is the scarf, I figured. Huh? Oh, yeah. It's pretty nice.
ならよかった。
Also, when I pull it up like this to hide my thoughts, I look like a ninja. By the way, what did you think of the present I got you?
どうって聞かれても、いいラインなんじゃない？
Aw, just not bad.
よく使うものだから、もらって困ることはないし、友達からもらうものとしても重くない。
Sorry, I meant more what did you think about it personally?
私としても嬉しかった。
Wait, was there a difference? Wait, like, objectively, what did you think about the quality of the gift versus subjectively? Would you say you're satisfied, extremely satisfied? Would you leave us a review, again? Oh. Well, I'm just glad you didn't hate it or think it was a piece of useless trash or anything, like me.
ほう、私のことそういう人間だと思ってたんだ。ああ、そうですか。
What? No, I didn't say that. Look, I didn't know how you'd react. You can't blame me for being nervous. To be honest, it's been bugging me a lot these past few days, but I was too scared to ask you about it. I'm happy to hear you're actually using it, though. Could you not smell it?
で、誰の入れ知恵？
I crowdsourced. The nice lady at the women's drugstore that I dashed into a few minutes before closing.
だと思った。でも、嬉しかったのは本当。香りも悪くないし、ああいうのって自分で買うにはちょっと値段がね。
Ah, I know what you mean. I'm not sure I'd buy such a small jar of moisturizer at that price, too. I was kind of shocked at how much it was. The stuff I buy usually isn't anywhere near as expensive.
高峰くんもケアしてるの？
Yes, I use a 3-in-1 product. Just a bit of cream for my hands, since they get kind of dry from the disinfectant we use at work.
唇にも気をつけた方がいいかもよ。唇ガサガサだとキスするときに嫌がられるかもしれないし。
Is that an invitation? Because I will gladly purchase some lip balm. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind if someday in the far-off future I ever have someone to kiss.
別にそういう意味で言ったわけじゃないんだけどな。
What were you trying to say? The conversation comes to an abrupt pause. Although we continue to stare out at the eastern sky, the sun has yet to crest the horizon. What about you, Shiki-san? Do you, take care of your lips just in case you ever want to kiss someone?
単純に割れると痛いから。あと、身だしなみとして。これでも女の子だしね。
Very true. Also, chapped lips in winter hurt really badly. Or sunburnt lips. Out of curiosity, have you ever kissed anyone before?
中学生か。
Maybe. Sorry. Hmm.
ない。
What?
だからキスしたことない。高峰君は？
Yeah, loads of times. No. No, of course not. If I had, I probably would have been able to die without any regrets back then. Wait, we're just spilling this out.
そりゃそうだ。
Besides me, Shiki-san lets out a hushed giggle. Then, turning my eyes back toward the sky, I say to her, maybe I should try using a slightly more expensive moisturizer like yours. Maybe then I'll stop misplacing it or forgetting to use it. But they usually have a pretty strong smell, don't they?
無香料もたくさんあると思うけど、そういう匂いは苦手？
Only if they smell like torque or bullets or something manly. Not when they're too overpowering.
教えてあげようか。どれくらいの、どういう香りか。
Okay. Huh? Sure.
なら、こっち向いて。
As I turn to look at her, I find her face much cuter and closer than I'd thought. Reflexively, I avert my eyes from hers. Her face is just inches from my own. Then, something soft, something warm touches me. Is it a meat bun? Did she bring one with her? The sensation is accompanied by the faint smell of citrus. But the thing that grazed against my lips wasn't her finger. Oh, very nice. Good way to start the new year. She's unbelievably close. Her face is right before my eyes. Her eyes are closed, and her eyelashes really are long. I'm not sure what happened. My mind's gone utterly blank. Am I dying again? What did she just do? Witchcraft. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost think she kissed me. It smells good. Our eyes meet. I can feel my cheeks burning with embarrassment. Nevertheless, our eyes remained locked to one another's. As if drawn by some invisible force, our lips come together a second time. The same pleasant sensation spreads over my lips once again. Soft, warm, blissful. Her face, illuminated by the now rising sun, is more beautiful than ever. In this moment, she's the only thing I can see. She doesn't pull back. In fact, she presses her lips against mine even harder than before. The pleasure is too much. It's downright intoxicating. I want more of her. Not just her lips, but even more. I can't hold back any longer. Before I know it, I find myself leaning in and kissing her even more greedily. Shiki-san. How long have our lips been locked together? I can hardly breathe. I don't want to pull apart, but I have to. Damn you, need for oxygen! Finally, our lips separate. We both gasp for air, refilling our brains with oxygen. It's very scientific. I gradually begin to regain my composure as the wintry wind blows against my skin.
私帰る。朝日も見れたから。
Huh? Before I'd realized it, the sky had begun to brighten considerably. The sun is beginning to peek over the horizon now, albeit only partially. But by the time I turned back around, Shiki-san had already left. She'd vanished quickly, without a word, almost as if running away. That warm, soft sensation lingers on my lips. Despite it being the middle of winter, my face feels unusually hot. After taking a shower, I flop down onto my bed. Hope it was a cold shower, buddy. That wasn't a dream. I still have to work the stall later today, so I need to get some sleep. But I'm not sure how I'm going to get any. That was a kiss, wasn't it? It was definitely a kiss. What's more, she was the one who initiated it. The sensation still lingers on my lips. I can feel it keenly, even through the cold of winter, a warmth and softness that I know I'll never forget. But why did she do that? I obviously was extremely happy. I've had feelings for her for some time now. But that's exactly why the kiss is bugging me to no end. The more I think about it, the hotter the area around my abdomen seems to get. In fact, my entire body seems to be growing hot with arousal, dispelling every last bit of drowsiness in my body. What the hell? Who just kisses someone and leaves without another word? Well, that kiss felt too damn good. I'm just an inexperienced virgin. After kissing a girl as pretty as her, feeling her soft lips against mine. What the hell's a guy like me to do? Am I just supposed to swallow these carnal urges and go to sleep? That's not happening. This rock-hard erection isn't gonna go away on its own. Or by itself. But if I don't get some rest, I'll be too tired for work this afternoon. Oro, I need your box. I guess I'll find something to jerk off to. To the internet! Oh wait, are we fantasizing right now? Yep, sure looks that way. When I open my eyes, I find myself lying on top of my bed. Looks like I managed to get some shut-eye, thankfully. But while my head feels a bit clearer now, I can't say the same for my body. And I don't mean the feeling in my abdomen I had before going to sleep. I'm talking about the feeling of unease in my chest, because I still haven't found a clear answer. Yeah, that's gonna linger for a while, buddy. Guess I'd better head out soon. In spite of the cold weather, my lips felt strangely warm. Surprise, it's because we did try to put on lip balm, but it was actually Tiger Balm, so our lips are on fire. Today is January 1st, New Year's. When I arrive back at Akaiwa Shrine, I see quite a number of visitors passing through the shrine gate. While it's not so busy that lines are forming, there are still enough people that walking at my own pace proves rather difficult. He's a power walker. Going with the flow of the crowds, I eventually make my way back to the stall.
高峰さ
Hey Kana, how's it going?
戻ったか。
You guys run into any problems?
大好評につき売れ行き好調です。
Sweet.
あえて言うなら、好調すぎてこの様子だとあらかじめ用意した肉まんの数が足りないかもしれないことだ。
I mean, that's not a bad problem to have. Talk about suffering from success. But we won't run out anytime soon, will we?
元日が終われば参拝客も多少は落ち着くと思うので売れる数も減ると思いますが。
I'm a little worried still. Well, either way, it's time for me to relieve you two, so...
それについては心配しないでください。鈴音さんが追加で作ってくれているので。
Alright. She is?
昼前に初詣に来てな。その時に話をしたのだ。今店で作っているはずだ。
Wow. I didn't think she could be bothered to get off her ass during the ow. It's really funny because the smack came really early in the line. It's just like, hey, wait a second, let me get the line out. Before I can finish my sentence, someone lightly slaps the back of my head.
本人のいないところで失礼なこと言わない。
How did you reach the back of my head? What, do you carry a step stool around with you? Why would I say that to your face? You'd kill me.
本人に言えないようなことはそもそも口にしない。陰口は良くないよ。
Okay, well, anything I say is just going to go over your head anyway. Touché. Anyway, Happy New Year.
明けましておめでとう。
You look like a polar bear.
お疲れ様です、鈴音さん。肉まんの方はどうですか？
やっといた。
ありがとうございます。
That must have been a lot of work for you to do on your own. I would have helped if you gave me a call.
平気。ちゃんとアシスタントも連れてきてたからね。
You have a little helper? What, are they 2 feet tall?
よっす明けましておめでとう。
Oh, you. Oh, you came with her, Hiroto? Happy New Year.
来てたっていうか強引に連れてこられた。そして肉まん作らされた。腕いってー。
This doesn't surprise me at all. Sorry to hear that. Thanks for the help, though.
いいよ別に。この手伝いの分はバイト代も出るって話だからな。一応。
When you say paid, do you mean you're actually getting money, or do you just get less abuse from your sister?
それにお前、昨日の夜からずっと働いてたんだろ？
In a sense. More or less.
大変だな。あの店のこともそうだけど、なんでそんなに頑張るんだ？
Let's just say my life is literally on the line. Why? I don't know. Because it's fun, I guess. Plus, the harder I work, the bigger the reward.
例えば？
Well, things. You know, this and that. There's no way I can tell him I kissed Shiki-san. He would literally kill me. Again. For one thing, I still haven't figured out whether or not this means we're dating now. Or why exactly she kissed me in the first place. Okay, if you just keep overthinking it, I'm sure it'll be fine. No, I've been there.
いいなあ。やっぱ俺ももっと単位取っておけばよかった。そしたら俺も青春っぽいことできたかもしれないのに。
That's rough, buddy. What, by working at the cafe with your sister?
それだけは勘弁。今日だけでも何度ケツを蹴り上げられたことか。パワハラ反対、虐待ダメ。
あんたが分量測ってやらないからでしょうが。
That tiny bird's got a 12-foot wingspan.
あんだけ量があるなら、ある程度適当にやっても変な味にはならないだろ。
Hey, it makes all the difference.
そういうことは毎日何かしらの料理をしてる人間だけが言っていいことなの。
へいへい。
Either way, thanks. I appreciate the help.
あ
And thank you too, Suzune-san.
どういたしまして。接客シフトの代わりだから。
Can you even see over the stall? Alright, well, we'll take care of the rest from here. Thanks for the help.
でもどうしてもってことがあったら連絡して。
Oh, you'll lend us a hand?
応援としてヒロトを差し向けるから。
I knew it.
おい
いいじゃん。どうせゴロゴロしてるだけでしょ。
それは姉貴もだろうが
He's got a point. Alright, alright, don't start a fight in front of the stall. That's bad for business. By the way, has anyone seen Shiki-san?
それは
That doesn't sound promising.
まだ姿を見てませんね。でもすぐに見えると思いますよ。
Oh lord, are we just not going to see her for the next 3 episodes?
シキさんもすぐに来るのか年始の挨拶くらいはしておこうかな
Wait a second. Don't tell me...
すみません。肉まんを一つください。
ありがとうございます。
100円になります。
はい。
ありがとうございました。
I have the sneaking suspicion that having Mikado there probably attracted a different kind of customer base, but it still worked out.
暑いのでお気をつけください。ありがとうございました。
Let me take over for you guys.
そうだな。では、そうさせてもらうか。
Yeah, this must have been hard for you. Don't you normally sleep like 18 hours a day? Thanks for all your hard work.
では先に。
お店の部屋で休んでいますから、何かあればすぐに連絡をください。
Wow, you got that jacket on, or coat on really fast. I will.
シキさんが来るまで俺が手伝ってやろうか
Thanks, but I'll be fine. You've already done enough by helping make all these extra buns.
そうかならいいんだけどな
ならお言葉に甘えて帰って寝るか。じゃお先。
Surprised she's the actual cat in human form. See you later.
寒っ。こたつこたつ。
本当にいいのか
Yeah, I'll be fine.
わかったじゃあ大学でな
Yep, see ya. There. Everyone's gone now. Are you gonna come out now?
気づいてたんだ。
Yep. At the sound of my voice, Shiki-san appears from behind the back of the stall, clad in her qipao. She was in her sniper's nest. Well, I had a hunch. Were you embarrassed because Hiroto was here, or what?
半分正解。
I doubt she would have cared if Suzune-san had seen her, but she still recognizes Hiroto from school, even though they don't work together. Maybe she didn't want to be seen in an outfit like this? Or so I thought. It's okay, I get it.
は？高峰くんは別にコスプレとかしてないでしょ？
Fair point. Well, yeah, but what I meant was... Actually, never mind. I don't want others to see her, only I want to see her. I know it's stupid to feel this possessive when we're not even dating or anything. Still, I don't want Hiroto to see her. In fact, I don't even want the shrine goers ogling at her. Get back behind the stall. But then we probably wouldn't get much publicity or very many customers. So, what's the other reason? Is it because I have resting protagonist face? She blushes and averts her gaze. From the side, I can see her pouting somewhat peevishly. Those plump, slightly protruding lips of hers look so alluring. Yesterday, well, technically it was this morning, I really kissed her. Those lips touched mine. I can't peel my eyes away. For a moment, it's the only thing I can think of. The scent of citrus, the warmth of her touch, the morning sun bathing us in light. That was a kiss, wasn't it? But right before I can ask her that question, we have customers.
いいですか？肉まん欲しいんですけど。
Go away!
はい、お一つでしょうか。
いや、2つ。
ありがとうございます。暑いのでお気をつけください。
あら、この声って。
Hey, landlady!
大家さん。
You really don't have a name, do you?
やっぱりびっくりした。可愛い服を着てるのね、夏目ちゃん。
まさか大家さんに見られるなんて。
Is that bad? Hey, don't glare at me. I didn't do anything. Happy New Year, ma'am.
明けましておめでとう。どうしたの？
Selling meat buns. Well, the head priest at the shrine is an acquaintance of mine. Long story short, he asked me to do this as a favor for him. That's why we're here, selling meat buns.
そうなの？ああ、じゃあ私も一つもらおうかしら。
Thank you very much. That'll be 100 yen.
暑いのでお気をつけください。
ありがとう。ああ、意外と小さいのね。よかった。これくらいなら食べきれそう。
They're bite-sized.
おいしい。
I'm glad you like it. Shiki-san put a lot of effort into making them good.
余計なこと言わなくていいから。
Why not? It's credit.
そうなの？おいしいわよ、この肉まん。
ありがとうございます。
Look at how accomplished she is. Don't you feel bad for doubting her?
ところで、二人はずっと屋台で働いているの？
休憩も取りはしますけど、三が日は基本的に。
Whoa. Okay, I didn't realize it was that much of a commitment. I thought this was just going to be New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I didn't realize it was going to be several days. Well, a few.
実家には帰らないの？
一応顔を見せには帰りますけど、終わってからになると思います。
そうなら家に残ってるのね。あ、ならおせち届けに行くわね。ちょっと作りすぎちゃっただけだから遠慮しないで。むしろ食べてくれると助かるの。
はい、そういうことならありがとうございます。
それじゃ私はもう行くわね。
Wait, can we at least know your name? Take care, and thank you for your patronage.
まさか大家さんに見られるなんて。
That's comedy. What's the big deal? It's not like she teased you about it.
そうだけど、だからこそ余計に恥ずかしいのよ。もう。
Although it's New Year's Day, the number of visitors naturally begins to decline come evening. There's no need to steam new meat buns anymore. We still have a couple left in the food warmer. I guess we should pack it up soon. Over the course of working, we gradually began talking more. And before I realized it, we were already back to chatting like normal. Didn't ask her about the kiss. Don't wanna hear it was a mistake. I can't rhyme at all. It just feels empty. Rapping's harder than I thought.
突然何の話？
Sorry, I was doing something internally. It was a joke. I didn't realize it was a joke until it said it was a joke. It happens. Nothing. Just ignore me. Please don't.
お疲れ様です。
すみざめさん、お疲れ様。
あ、コウセイくんもお疲れ。
So. Hey, you all finished shrine maidening for the day?
真夜中でも境内を開放するのは大晦日から元旦のみ。今日からは22時に境内を閉めるからね。私は一足先に家に帰っていいって言われたから挨拶をしにね。なんか噂になってるよ。
Is it a good reputation? Seriously?
チャイナ服を着た可愛い女の子がいる屋台がある。しかも美味しい。本場の中華まんなのかもしれないってさ。
We'll never tell. Wow, I didn't expect us to be that famous.
商店街の人たちも悔しがってたみたい。あんな屋台去年まではなかったじゃないかってね。
Old man yells at Cloud. Oh, we're not getting Rakuro-san in trouble, are we?
お父さんに文句を言いに来たとかじゃないから安心して。そんな噂が聞こえてきたってだけ。なんかね、対立じゃなくて協力してるみたい。新参者をこれ以上のさばらせるなって。
That was our plan all along. Ah, the time-old principle of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
悩みの種が減ってお父さんは喜んでた。昴生君に話をしてよかったって。
Glad we could be of help.
ところで肉まんって余ってたりする？
That'll be 200 yen. Yeah, we do.
くださいな。
Careful, it's pretty hot.
はーい。はーうん。夕食のお弁当食べ損ねちゃって。疲れた体に肉汁が染み渡る。
There's a joke there somewhere.
屋台はもう撤収するところ？
Yeah, we were just about to start cleaning up.
私も手伝おうか？
Nah, we'll be fine. I'm sure you're pretty tired yourself.
撤収って言っても屋台はまだ片付けないから2人でも十分。
Don't you also have work tomorrow and the day after? You should go home soon and get some rest.
そう？じゃあ、ありがとう。お疲れ様。一足お先に失礼します。
Before long, it came time for the shrine grounds to close. By now, the streets are virtually empty. I think it's a little bit more than virtually. They just look empty, period. Shiki-san and I walk home along those quiet roads. Do you want this last remaining meat bun, Shiki-san?
もう食べるけど。
I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it. She holds out her hand. After passing her the bun, she carefully splits it in two. Oh, okay, well, thank you.
半分こでいいでしょ？はい。
Oh, thanks. I meekly accept the half she gives me. Looks like there won't be any indirect kissing involved this time. But speaking of kisses...
今、関節キスじゃないのかとか思ってたでしょ。
Can you hear what I'm saying? I think you can hear what I'm saying. What? No, I wasn't.
でも今声が裏返ったよね。
I didn't know it was supposed to. Fine. I was thinking about it.
ほらやっぱり。
But more than that, I was thinking about the kiss from this morning. Oh, do we not want to talk about that? Her feet come to a sudden stop. I stop too and turn around to face her. I was thinking about that kiss from this morning.
繰り返さなくていいから。
I do it often. I can't help it. I just say what's on the screen. Also, I only have a handful of references, so you know. To be honest, I've been thinking about it all day. Asleep or awake, it's the only thing I can think about.
あれは事故みたいなもの。
Ooh. What do you mean?
徹夜明けの妙なテンションで雰囲気に流されてすみませんでした。悪うござんした。
The exhaustion had undoubtedly dulled some of my inhibitions as well. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have had the courage to kiss her back. But even so... Why are you apologizing? I was happy you kissed me. Honestly, the last thing I want to hear is it was an accident. Because... I like you. I like you, Shiki-san.
それ多分気のせい。事故とはいえキスしたから一時的に気持ちが舞い上がってるだけ。
No, I'm pretty clear-headed because of... You know what, never mind. Sorry to say, but I've felt this way about you since way before that. I know it's kind of pathetic to be admitting it only after we kissed, but I just never imagined you'd kiss me like that out of the blue. Her cheeks flush red, half in embarrassment and half in bashfulness. She avoids looking me in the eye. Anyway, I wanted to talk this out with you.
やだ。
No, no what? No, you don't want to talk it out? I like you.
やだ、聞かない。
Rude. Fine. Just so you know, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, I'm gonna have to be loud. Shiki Natsume, I love you!
ちょっと何を叫んで、しかも私の名前。
I'm not gonna actually scream it, I'd blow out my microphone. Well, how else am I supposed to get you to listen to me?
自爆覚悟の嫌がらせか。なんてことを。
What public? There's nobody on the street. Maybe it's the fatigue from staying up all night, but I'm actually kind of numb to it. Mostly though, I can't hold back anymore. I need to get this off my chest. The regular me would have never done something like this. I would have given up and backed off, chalked up the whole thing to an accident like Shiki-san had, and forgotten all about it. But I couldn't contain it anymore. The frustration, the discontent, I felt as if my chest was about to explode. In all honesty, what I'm really thinking is, what the hell was that kiss about? Are you trying to say you just did it in the heat of the moment? You kissed me. You even let me kiss you back, and now you're telling me it was just an accident? Is that really how you plan on stealing my first kiss? It was your first kiss too. But I didn't say that. I want to shout that, but even that wouldn't be enough. You took my first kiss, and you're just going to pretend like it was nothing? Where is my supersuit? That's what I'm getting vibes. I'm getting those supersuit vibes. I can't tell what the hell you're thinking. It's too complicated for a virgin like me, so please just tell me how you feel, because I love you. Period. Exclamation mark. I've been agonizing over this since morning. Are you trying to kill me again? That's closer to the mark, but it'd be kind of pathetic to blurt that all out. As a guy, I want the girl I like to think I'm a little cooler than that. Marginally. An iota. It's that petty bit of pride that keeps me from taking the last step.
もうとにかく離れる。恥ずかしいから。
Will you agree to talk about it if we go somewhere else? Definitely maybe. I, Takamine Kousei, love you, Shiki Natsume.
わかったから。その嫌がらせやめろ。
Never.
しっかり待ってたか。
Yeah, I do that. Once again, I turn to look Shiki-san in the face. I love you, Shiki-san. I let out the feelings that had been swirling around inside my chest. I love you, which is why I was really happy about the kiss. But I want you to tell me why you did it. Why did you kiss me? She's just like, I don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time and now I'm regretting it. She grimaces, biting her lip. Not out of regret, it seems, but out of embarrassment.
私はそんなつもりじゃない。事故。何の意味もない。ただの事故。私は高峰君のこと好きでも何でもない。これが私の本心。
So what you're saying is, I'm going to have to convince you. Her voice trembles faintly, sounding somewhat subdued and uncharacteristic of her.
そう言ったら信じてくれる？
Nope. Honestly, no. At the very least, it doesn't seem like you're telling the truth to me.
でしょうね。
Perhaps she realized herself that her tone gave everything away.
もう失敗した。友達作ってもっとコミュニケーションをとっていれば、嘘にも慣れてしれっと嘘でごまかせたのに。
Why would you lie to your friends?
女同士では嘘を潤滑油にしてこそ円滑な関係を構築できるものだから。
Alcohol works too. That's, kind of terrifying actually. But that's not what we're here to talk about. But if you were lying just now, then how do you really feel?
わかんない。ごまかしてるわけじゃない。ただ、私もこういう話をするのは初めてなんだから、仕方ないでしょ。
That's better? I don't know if that's better.
他の男の子と違うのはわかる。一緒の時間を過ごせるのが楽しいから。店で頑張った時も、二人でお酒を飲んでる時も、タコパも屋台の準備も楽しかったから。こんなことを思ったこと今までにない。君と出会って一緒に過ごすようになって、私の人生は変わった。いや違うか、戻ったのかも。目の前の光景がキラキラして見えた。
Then
でも私はこれ以上を望めない。ここで終わりなの。
Okay, there we go again with that. There is some serious baggage that needs to be unpacked here. You told me before that you were hospitalized when you were young. Have you still not recovered? Do you have some sort of life-threatening disease?
どうして？
Oh shit, really? Because of what you just said. It sounded so sorrowful. I've been having the time of my life too, and that's why it never occurred to me. Why are you working at Café Stella? And why were you involved with these Grim Reapers in the first place? Your soul must have something to do with these butterflies they're collecting too. Will you please tell me what's going on with you? If you don't,
泣き叫ぶ？
I mean, it seems effective. Every day, I'm going to tell you I love you every time I see you, as loud as I can. It's going to get really old really fast.
うわ、めんどくさ。はあ、嫌な脅迫を思いつかれたもんだ。まったく。
I mean, I was training to be a gigolo, so you know. Alright, I guess this is going to be more of Shiki's internal. much of my childhood was spent going in and out of the hospital. The day I collapsed, I wound up unable to attend my friend's party.
また少し入院してもらうことになりそうなんだ。
Although I'd really been looking forward to the Christmas party, there was nothing to be done about it. As someone who spent a majority of her life in the hospital, I had never been invited to a friend's house before. That's why I'd been giddy with excitement, but I knew I had no choice but to resign myself to reality. Man, that sucks. I knew from past experience that kicking up a fuss would benefit no one. Perhaps more importantly, I knew that I'd only ruin the fun for my friends if I were to collapse again. I wanted everyone to enjoy themselves. I wanted them to tell me all about the party once I got out of the hospital. With those thoughts in mind, I obediently stayed at the hospital. After some time, I was discharged and allowed to go back to school. By the time I returned, the Christmas party was already old news. That was only to be expected, of course. Even as a child, I understood that. But even so, I wanted to know how it went. I'd been looking forward to it so much, after all. Did they have fun? Were the takoyaki delicious? What kind of ingredients did they use? What sort of stuff did they talk about? I'd thought about these things the entire time I was in the hospital, imagining different scenarios, wondering how much fun they had. My heart swelled with expectations. However...
なんだったかな。まあ適当に喋ってただけだからあんまり覚えてない。
Wow.
外れは唐辛子を入れてみたけど、そんなでもなくて、結局普通に食べただけだよ。
Well, shoot, then the takoyaki party we had was way better than that.
それよりも今度アイス食べに行かない？特殊な作り方の可愛いのが流行ってるんだって。
For me, the party had been a shining dream of mine, something I thought about constantly. But for the other girls, it was insignificant. The Christmas party had just been one more social gathering among friends, buried under so many others. Trivial, mundane. Hardly something anyone would call a dream. I felt strangely ashamed to have been so excited about it, and it was then I realized how little I meant to them. Perhaps that was the main reason I began distancing myself from the people around me.
おめでとう。よく頑張ったね。これからは他の子たちと同じように過ごせるよ。
When the doctor told me that, I wasn't especially happy to hear it. By then, I had already realized that I wasn't like the other kids. And I'd already heard that line many times before anyway. The truth of the matter was, my health could easily deteriorate at a moment's notice. The fear of that happening never went away. What's more, I continued to be haunted by the shame of my own inconsequential existence. I found it harder and harder to open up to the people around me. Fortunately, however, my visits to the hospital eventually became fewer and farther in between. But as I grew older, I began growing indifferent to the world around me, stopped looking forward to things I used to look forward to.
分かってるつもりなんだけど、それでも割り切れないこともあるもんでしょ。だから、いろんなことを諦めて、自分を守ろうとしたんだと思う。まあ、よくある話。
I mean, it makes perfect sense when you go through that kind of disappointment time and time again. Psychologically, you're going to develop some sort of compensation mechanism. I wouldn't exactly call your circumstances cliché.
そんな風に過ごしてた私の前にある日、偉そうに喋る猫が現れた。そしてこう言った。
お前のような生き方をしていては 魂がこぼれ落ちて蝶になる。
Wait, did he actually appear with the crown in the, like, full cat she form and not in just a regular cat form?
それでは困るのだ。
That's what I was thinking.
故にお前には生きることに対する執着を取り戻してもらう。それが我が輩たちに与えられた使命だ。
それが去年の夏頃。適当にスルーしてたけど、あまりにしつこいから、ある日うかつにも漏らしちゃったの。
Ah, so persistence is key with you.
そこからは、前にも話したことなかった？親が語る夢に私も夢を見たって。
Yeah, I think I remember when we first met. The day I'd rewritten the world's timeline. The day I had my first conversation with Shiki-san.
その夢もね、本当はもう終わってるの。
Huh? What do you mean?
私死んだの。1回目の世界。上書きされる前の高峰くんが死んでしまった世界で、高峰くんと同じ事故で。
Wait, seriously? Huh. What?
その時の記憶はないけど、高峰くんと一緒に車にひかれたらしいの、私も。
What, was that dude playing GTA or something? I suppose it's no surprise that other students from my college were at that crosswalk too. I mean, Wakana was there. We'd been waiting for the light to change when a car suddenly came barreling through the intersection. I wouldn't be surprised if there had been other casualties as well. But I was barely clinging to consciousness at the time, so I was hardly aware of what was happening around me.
だから高峰くんは私の運命を変えてくれた恩人。
Okay, well, that's a happy accident. Well, okay, not the initial accident. Poor choice of words. Moving along. I guess, but none of it feels real to me. The accident happened in the blink of an eye. I didn't even get a chance to see what happened to the people around me.
高峰くんのおかげで私も死なずに済んだ。でも、高峰くんと私とでは魂が違うから。
Is that a bad thing? What do you mean?
高峰くんは奇跡を起こした張本人。つまり、生きる力にあふれた強い魂を持ってる。私は違う。長い間いろんなものを諦めてきちゃったから。事故で死んだ時にね、魂の一部が蝶となってこぼれ落ちたんだって。だから私は結構危ういんだって。
Oh. So we're in the same boat then, right? We just need to find some sort of goal that motivates us. She quietly shakes her head in response.
私がこうなった原因はずっと昔。もうすでに終わったことだから。
But you can change the future.
未来を望んでる高峰くんとは根本的に違う。
Are you saying you're going to die?
詳しくは聞いてないけど、多分、もともとそういう運命だったってことね。
Yeah, but we completely broke that timeline.
突然病気が再発してそのままとか、きっとそう遠くないうちに。
But wouldn't you show some sort of symptoms beforehand?
店は順調。お客さんもたくさん来て、何より笑顔。私が望んだ光景が目の前にある。だから、満足してる。満足してるから、これで十分。
Maybe so. But I still want you to accept these feelings that I have for you. What if I told you that?
誰かを振り回すのは、もうお腹いっぱい。
Damn. Upon seeing that self-deprecating smile, I swallow my words, unable to respond. My heart throbs in my chest. Her smile carries a strange weight that I could never imitate myself. Suddenly, I'm reminded of my mom. I get the feeling she made a similar expression to me once before. While Mom was in the hospital, I would commute to visit her most days as soon as school had ended. Seeing me hanging around the hospital instead of playing with my friends, she would give me the same rueful smile. Maybe she thought she was being a burden on me? As a mother, she must have hated that thought, though it's not like I can ask her for a confirmation now. I was oblivious to it all when I was a kid. But now that I'm older, I think that might have been the case.
だから、キスのことはアクシデントってことにしておこうよ。お互いにさ。
When it comes to Shiki-san, however, I feel even more frustrated. I want to tell her that she's wrong. I want to see her smile more openly, more joyfully. Because I love her. And I won't give up on her. Even though that was my first kiss?
私もファーストキスだったんだから、お互い様ってことで。
Nope. It made me really happy, you know.
ならそれで納得してよ。
I can't.
そこをなんとか頑張って飲み込んで。
I can't. It's not possible.
男ならぐちぐち文句言わない。
I love you so much that I feel like shouting it out loud, and I will continue to do it. I've already threatened you with that.
次にそれやったら喉チンコもぐ。
My uvula! That's the most terrifying thing I've ever heard.
私は今が一番満足してる。だからこれでいい。
It shouldn't be. At all. First of all, how do you even know this is the most satisfied you'll ever be? There might be even more fun things down the road. In fact, there will be. I guarantee it.
その根拠は？
I'm psychic. Because you'll have me. It's only natural that you'd have more fun if you had a boyfriend, right? If not, then I'll make something fun for you. Unexpectedly, her lips curl into a grin.
そういうしつこさはちょっと陽キャっぽいかもね。
Oh, dude. For an instant, a sweet natural smile flashes across her face. But it quickly returns to the self-deprecating, somewhat melancholic smile she had before.
高峰くんには感謝してる。ありがとう。
In the end, I wasn't able to change her mind. If I can't convince her with words, then perhaps I'll have to express my desire through action. But just what can I do for her?
Café Stella と死神の蝶。
Alright, I think that's probably a good spot to stop this episode. I don't want to get too far into it without Sarah and Prince along for the ride too. That was an absolute gut punch. So it did kind of fulfill the idea that I had had originally, that she is still sick, or at least she has some sort of ongoing illness that comes and goes, and she's kind of in a sense a type of remission or something like that right now. And it's really sad that she's been given this second chance, and she feels like her only option is to be contented with what she's gotten so far, because it is more than she had gotten in the previous timeline. And she doesn't seem to understand that this second chance is an opportunity for her to try and experience even more fun things than she ever could have. And I mean, I get it. You know, the previous timeline, very traumatic, missing the Christmas party and her illness when she was younger and all that. It's just, it's frustrating. But at the same time, it's easier because she doesn't want to open herself. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, I know I've done it before, but I kind of feel like I'm drawing a lot of Evangelion parallels with the characters, because she's kind of got the same sort of thing that Rei Ayanami had, where she feels like there's no point in her trying to be happy or experience these things. She has to define her happiness, not necessarily through other people, but she's just doing everything she can to not be a burden to other people, to her own detriment. And she's like, well, I'm just going to die anyway, so what does it matter? But that's so sad. So it seems that the only way to fix that is Kousei is just going to have to be persistent AF in order to win her over and convince her that life is worth living. Things are worth living for. You should aspire to more good things. You know, that's a good life lesson. I actually feel like that's something I really do like about this novel in particular. There are a lot of very relatable emotions and story beats and feelings like that I feel, especially by that time in your life, you know, kind of the college age, maybe your early 20s, you've experienced some stuff and it hits a different way. You have enough maturity and enough life experience that you can look back on certain things and not necessarily regret how they turned out, but it's rather kind of a situation where it gives you a little bit more insight to interpret things that have happened in your life already and to try to use those to build upon yourself and become better in the future. Anyway, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole of psychoanalysis or anything like that. I just find it very fascinating. I love psychology, so this is just really interesting to me. And I love these characters, so it's kind of hard to not psychoanalyze them to a degree. But at any rate, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope we'll see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.